Hello and welcome everybody to my YouTube channel called Doclinks UK, which is all about how to progress your career in trauma and orthopedics in the NHS when you are not in a training grade. So today we will talk about portfolio pathway, what was previously called CESR in trauma and orthopedics. Firstly, briefly about myself. I am currently working as a locum consultant in Torbay Hospital in South Devon. I came to this country in September 2013 and always wanted to do Caesar, but at that time there was hardly any guidance available about how to start the process. Hence, it took me a couple of years to actually start gathering the evidence for the application, and then I submitted my application starting from August of 2015 till August of 2021. I went on to the specialist register in May of 2023, that is almost 2 years after submission of my application. The journey was not at all rosy. The application was once rejected, saying that I don't have enough elective operating numbers, which was quite expected as more than 2 years of my application involved COVID times with hardly any elective operating. Fortunately, I was already in a fellowship when the application rejection came, and I was doing 90% of elective activity in that fellowship, so I was able to resubmit within a month of rejection. In the second time round, it was accepted without any corrections. So after this experience, I opened up the platform called Doclinks UK with the aim to help people firstly to get into right jobs in this country and then support them in career progression by guidance in passing the FRCS trauma and orth exam, completing the portfolio pathway or CESR application, all the way to fellowship and consultant interviews. Thank you for listening. Now, one thing which I am often asked is when to start the application, and my simple answer is as soon as possible. This is because the application itself guides you about all the evidence that you need to submit. The application is free to start. You don't need to pay all the way till the end of the application. You can easily do that on your GMC online account, and the application is valid for 1 year, after which it will be withdrawn, but you can start a new one. The next most important document is the specialty specific guidance in trauma and orthopedics by UK GMC, which can be found by doing a simple Google search SSG trauma and orthopedics. There are two versions of this document. Please make sure you review the latest version, which was updated in November 2023. This again will help you guide regarding every section of your application, and this can be used as a planner for things to do. As it's a very long and arduous process, I would suggest using technology as your friend. So a few things which are essential for completing this application is to have a Microsoft Office subscription so that you can use PowerPoints as well as Word documents. There are many free versions to replace Microsoft Office, but be aware that often they get corrupted or fail, and your saved data might be lost, which can be really frustrating. So instead of saving a few pounds, I would suggest taking out an official subscription. Same is the story with Adobe for PDF editing, which will be needed for things like redacting and compiling evidence together. There are again many free versions, but it again carries the risk of inconsistency, which can be very expensive. A few other things which I found very helpful to complete my application were: number one, a transcription app. There are many. but the one which I'm currently using is called Otter, OTTER.ai, and it helps you to transcribe any live event such as feedback for a PBA or a CBD that can be recorded then and there. One more essential helpful tool is to have a Google Drive in which you have your document section, which allows you to access it from your phone anywhere during work, which can be quickly used to update evidence without taking much time. Finally, another app which I found helpful was Adobe Scan, which converts your pictures directly into PDF, which you can email to yourself. This is a free to use app. Now, the next question comes, when to submit. So, in my experience, the GMC processing time has been very variable, varying from around 8 to 9 months to, in my case, 15 months. So, I would suggest keep an eye on the processing time around when you are about to submit. You need to make sure that you have completed all essential criteria, such as having all the level 4 PBAs and CBD and a 6-year logbook which has met all the criteria set down by the specialty specific guidance. However, if there are a single or two tasks which are left, such as doing a ATLS refresher course or getting an appraisal done or completing an audit loop, then it might make sense to submit the application and do these things within the next few weeks, as it often takes a few months for a GMC assessor to be assigned to you, and then you will have a chance to add any evidence. However, as I said before, this can be quite variable. Thank you for listening again.